Good afternoon, dear faculty, staff, family, friends, and lovely graduates of today. It's an honor to be the guest speaker on this momentous occasion, as I recall the delight I felt the day I donned my first graduation gown, as did some of you many years ago. As you leave this great institution of learning and enter the real business world in your respective fields, I would like to wish you the best of luck and share a few thoughts with you. I want to begin by telling you a tale from a few years ago when my son Edward was in his first year of elementary school and was overjoyed after achieving 8 out of 10 sums given to him by his then teacher. Of course, he had outperformed himself in previous situations, and he had every reason to be excited. However, the teacher saw no reason for him to be excited at that moment because she knew Edward had an enormous ability to achieve better, but was content with receiving the same grades as his peers. There is always room for improvement. After a little moment, she called my son and questioned his excitement, at which point he realized he had never made the goal and had no reason to be excited. During her chat with Edward, she made him believe in himself more. She made it apparent that he is destined for the best, that the best is meant for him, and that he should constantly strive for the best. One thing I remember about the teacher is that she was never satisfied with an average performance from all of her students because it was a typical representation of who she is and what she stands for. To my greatest surprise, Edward recorded one of the best performances of that year. Since then, he has never sought or settled for average results in school or other endeavors. To make a point, adopting a mentality for peak performance and results was necessary. One positive thing I learned from that experience was that the teacher required my kid to meet high academic standards, which he did by going the additional mile. To be honest, the same approach applies to all facets of life. As you leave this wonderful institution to demonstrate your abilities in the real world of business, my questions are: do you aspire to live your best life like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and Stephen King have? You must set a high standard and walk it out. Do you believe, like Nelson Mandela, that you are meant for the best and that the best is meant for you? You must set a high standard and walk it out. Do you aspire to be the best version of yourself, like Joanne Rowling and Michael Jordan have done? You must set a high standard and walk it out. Do you aspire to be as successful in your career as Albert Einstein, Usain Bolt, and Michael Phelps? You must set a high standard and walk it out. Do you wish to be and remain unstoppable like Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who went from failure to failure without losing his enthusiasm? You must set the bar high and walk it out. Aside from dedication, to bring out the best in ourselves in life, we must persist in terms of bringing out our possible best, because achievement isn't all that matters in life. Standing out from the crowd is what separates us in any endeavor at any point in time. I've seen many people limit themselves and underestimate their skills because they believe they're unfit and that the greatest isn't meant for them. They disallow themselves before others disallow them. They never give it a go, never show up to prove their worth, and let excellent opportunities pass by them. One thing they never realized was that someone out there was waiting to bring out the best in them. Many people mistakenly believe there is no place for them on earth, which is why they never take chances or pursue opportunities that could have transformed their lives. They consider themselves less privileged because of their negative experiences, background, age, fear of the unknown, or because they have been chastised by family and friends if things do not go as planned. Many people have decided to remain in the middle, i.e., not higher or lower, in order to feel secure and comfortable. They would rather belong to a specific culture or group than stand out and make no difference or impact. Aiming high is dangerous and in some situations illegal. Instead of going the additional mile on their own like a lion, they prefer to follow the pack like a flock of sheep. After considering research and experience, I realized that in order to set the highest standard in life, you must understand how to mentally stand out from the crowd, as this will make you more intelligent than the philosophy and situations that limit or box people up in a mental vacuum. Of course, you'll get castigated, but you'll always come out on top. The truth is that no matter how beautiful the cage bird is, its extent remains situational, which is why it is harmful to let circumstances dictate who we could be, how far we could go in life, or where we stand. You must set your own standard and calculate your own mileage in life. Take this with you as you leave great institutions for the real world. Learning never ends at school, and the more you learn, the more you do, and the more you earn in a better circumstance. Like athletes on the track for a race competition, the school would only provide equal opportunities, but how prepared each athlete is will be revealed at the end of the race. Keep in mind that working hard now means working your way out of a harder life later on, which is why no matter what you've accomplished in life, career, or other endeavors, never see yourself as the best or use it as an excuse to relax, because there are always greener pastures than where you are right now. In a nutshell, no matter how many awards you receive, you should never stop setting high standards. It's intelligent to do the right thing at the appropriate moment, since it gets you ready and adds more to your life. Never leave your life, aspirations, vision, or desires to chance or circumstance unless you value them highly. You must seek out new information in order to alter your life, and not rely just on what you have learned in school. To clarify, the more you search, the more you discover, and the more you comprehend, the more intellectually powerful you become. And this makes you stand out in any situation, since you are prepared for opportunities ahead of you. Let me tell you that a lack of adequate understanding in any endeavor leads to frustration, which is why you must be prepared for the unexpected. Not everyone who hopes, desires, or dreams of success understands the cost. True success is never the result of a single switch. It results from years and years of hard work. It's a journey of reality, not frivolity or sloth. Those who reach the pinnacle of their profession realize what it takes, which is why they are held to high standards in terms of skills and attitudes, and never stop learning. To be sure, successful individuals are never weak-minded or believe in impossibilities, which is why they plan effectively before committing to anything. As a sports lover, I watch a lot of documentaries of various wrestlers preparing in the gym days before the match, and I watch them playing various matches against their opponents on TV to highlight and analyze their opponent's strengths and weaknesses and devise the best strategy to win the match, which is what matters. Following that, they spend real time lifting various heavy metals or weights in order to stay stronger and fit for the match. Wrestlers' seriousness during training season is something I admire, because they understand there are no concessions in the ring when it comes to the exchange of punches. The fact is that the gym is the only area where no athletes are ever acknowledged or cared about who they are. And great athletes never joke in the gym, since it never fears or respects anyone. One thing remains constant at the gym: the weights never lie to anyone, whether you can pick them up or not. Those weights press you every time you lift them up. But no genuine athlete is ever pushed by weight, which is why they do what they need to accomplish at the correct time, without any compromises or sentiments. Make no mistake about it, an athlete is nothing without strength and performance. As a huge wrestling fan, I want to add that regardless of how the drama was created, it's all about winning at the count of 3. One reality about wrestling that applies to life is that the ring is not a place for hilarity or frivolity. The more you get beaten up, the more you make an effort to fight back. Otherwise, you will wind up becoming a disgrace to your promoters, investors, and yourself in general. I feel for wrestlers, especially when they are hit with various things or shoved against metal barriers while still continuing with the match. But the fact is, it's their passion. And once in the ring, business is business. It's pointless to rebrand or repackage deception, since where you stand now or later in life impacts who sees you and what you get in life at any moment. Setting greater standards is difficult, but the rewards and benefits are well worth the effort. And keep in mind that we can only take one of 2 pains in life: the pains of discipline and getting things done on time, or the pains of regret and not accomplishing the needful on time. I recall our math teacher telling us many years ago that leaving school without a plan for what you want to do with your life is a cheap waste of time. I would like to extract and share a deep insight from the powerful and remarkable speech made by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., titled, "What is your life's blueprint?" He said, "I want to suggest some of the things that should begin your life's blueprint. Number 1 in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you're nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth, and always feel that your life has ultimate sacrifice." He went ahead and making it clear. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have as the basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You're going to be deciding as the days, as the years unfold, what you will do in life, what your life's work will be. Set out to do it well. After reading and reflecting on the speech several times, I realized that the objective of a life blueprint is to plan, manage, and stay focused on your life goals. The goal is to identify all of the different aspects of your life that are essential to you, prioritize them, and then break them down into smaller chunks before completing them in a result-oriented manner and standing out from the crowd in the long term. At the conclusion of his historic address, Martin Luther King stated, "Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be a sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are." This emphasizes the need to document our success in any endeavor we are engaged in. As Antonio Brown once stated, "The voyage never comes to an end. There will always be growth, improvement, and difficulty. You just have to take it all in and do what is right, continue to grow, and live in the moment." Of course, he is correct, and nothing else matters. That is why you are your own magic, and no one is in charge of making you a wonder. Many myopic teenagers say that the best things in life are only for the chosen few, and that only the fittest of the fittest will survive, yet they never flourish to be a part of the few. Let me tell you, brilliance is never reserved for the contemptuous or the feeble-minded, but rather for people with high standards. Another great lesson I learned from my son's case was that Edward would not have found any need to hit 10 out of 10 if the teacher hadn't pushed him to modify his philosophy. And, to my great joy, he began to make attempts by asking pertinent questions, which helped him grow in his academics and eventually achieve one of the greatest results at the end of years 1, 2, and 3. Still in year 4, but putting up a good effort. My argument is that you should never deprive yourself of what you could achieve in life by failing to do the right thing at the right moment. There is no passion in playing small and settling for a life that is less than what you are capable of living. There are hundreds of talented candidates for every desirable position in life, which is why you must continue to learn and strive to be the greatest in any endeavor you choose in life. Bear in mind that you must establish a firm foundation for yourself now in whatever endeavor you choose in order to avoid being constrained by whatever circumstances you experience in the future. Instead, choose to be clever, knowledgeable, fortified, and stand out from the crowd. Life is never simple, and it never will be, which is why only the fittest of the fit will survive. Take it from me, the truth will always triumph over deception, and reality will always supersede sentiments. Those who flourish like palm trees today are the result of years of enormous sacrifice, persistence, tolerance, negative experience, trials, and failures, all of which are unavoidable and are always present to determine the serious-minded. And if you were made for something great in life, nothing can stop you from positioning for something greater, since you alone own those winning moments ahead of you, and everyone else is merely available to celebrate with you. I hope you're ready to get to work and become role models for the next generation. Remember that in order to blossom like a palm tree tomorrow, you must be well informed today. Nothing empowers like knowledge. Being informed transforms, while being misinformed deforms. Information is the chariot for a better future in life, as well as a key ingredient in establishing high standards that facilitate distinction in life. In life, you must fight for those who want to get where you want to be. You must struggle to obtain what you desire, fight to keep it, and fight to sustain it in order to establish it in the long run. That is why, to get more experience, you must learn new talents and put them into practice. Doing nothing now, waiting for Mr. Easy, or sitting on the fence is the best road to nowhere. To draw the curtain, one thing I'd like to leave you with, and also remind my children, Edward and Edwin, is that we are both our own fighters and heroes. And trust me on one thing, no one, and I mean no one, is coming to fight our battles for us. That is why we must rise to the occasion, elevate our standards, live our lives, and position ourselves for a brighter future. Once again, I wish you the best for the future, and congratulations. Thank you.